So if cameras are the heart of photography, then I consider lenses as the soul of it. Because frankly speaking, no matter how awesome the camera body is, it can only capture what the lens will allow it to see. So today, we are figuring out which lens deserves to be called the flagship killer, and the fallback in Sony's APS-C standard zoom lens category. And before we going in, I have two things to say for you. So in this video, I'm only covering the standard zoom lens category. Therefore, lenses like these 70-350 or even Sigma 18-300 will not be there in this video. And also, I have covered Sony's APS-C hybrid and video-centric cameras already. I mean, if you are planning to build a Sony's APS-C setup like this, I would highly recommend watching those videos after watching this one. Now let's start with the flagship. And honestly, this category wasn't even difficult for me, because this lens has completely changed what APS-C zoom lens were capable of. I mean, if you ask me, it is one of the reasons why I am actually staying in APS-C ecosystem. So I am talking about the Sigma 17-40 f1.8 art lens. Now imagine a lens with a constant f1.8 aperture, that too on a zoom lens. Now a few years ago, that would have sounded impossible. But Sigma somehow actually managed to build it for APS-C. And as a result, this lens gives you incredible sharpness, beautiful background separation, excellent autofocus, professional build quality, and the most stunning image quality as well. I mean, in terms of image quality, it is even rivaling Sigma's primes. And when it comes to practical usage, this lens can do YouTube videos, commercials, short films, or even professional photography as well. So if you ask me, there's only one drawback with it. It is crazy expensive. But honestly speaking, this is exactly what a flagship should be. It should not try to compromise, and it should simply be the best in the market. Now let's talk about the flagship killer. And this one is probably one of the toughest recommendations I have ever made so far, because we have around two amazing contenders for this category alone. It's the Sigma 18-50 f2.8 and Tamron's 17-70 f2.8 as well. I mean, both of these lenses are amazing and would actually go toe-to-toe just like Sasuke and Naruto. I mean, choosing between them is that kind of hard in my opinion. But yeah, after wasting a tons of paper comparing them to absolute madness, I have chosen this, the Sigma 18-50 f2.8. Because I honestly believe this is one of the smartest Sigma lens ever produced. I mean, instead of trying to beat the flagship here, it gave people a reason to choose it. I mean, look at it. It is ridiculously small, mind-bogglingly light, adequately sharp, and the best part, it costs significantly less than the flagship. Yeah, I know you'll lose the f1.8 aperture here, but in return, you'll get a lens that is easy to carry every single day without any worries. And that is the reason why, for most people, this is probably the smartest purchase in the entire Sony APS-C ecosystem. And apart from the Sony, it is also available for Leica, Fuji, and even Canon as well. And that is exactly why I have chosen this as the best flagship killer in the whole APS-C ecosystem. Let's talk about the fallback. And just like my A6000 pick in my previous video, this is not about choosing the cheapest lens here. It is about choosing the best starting point. And for me, that lens is the Sony 16-50 Power Zoom, aka the kit lens. Now I already know some people are going to roast me in the comment section for actually choosing this. But hear me out. Photography is not something you master in one weekend. It is a hobby that slowly pulls you into some deeper areas. I mean, you start with one lens, then goes to another, then suddenly you are going to convince yourself that lenses are going to cost you actually a fortune. And that is exactly why I have chosen this. I mean, this is lightweight, compact, and it covers most useful focal lengths known to all. And most importantly, it will let you discover what kind of photographer or even filmmaker you actually want to become. I mean, after using it, maybe you will realize you'll actually love portraits, landscape, wildlife, or even filmmaking too. And once you know that, you'll naturally know what is your next lens should be. Sometimes you might even come to terms that photography is not your cup of tea as well. So if you actually purchase some ridiculously expensive lenses like these just because some internet gurus blabbed on their channels, you might lose a ton of money even before testing the waters. I mean, although it is turned down by 90% of the people, those 10% know how awesome these lenses really are. So do you agree with this? Or would you actually want to replace any one of them? So let me know that in the comment section. I mean, I am always curious to hear different opinions. And who knows, you might even change my mind as well. And if this video helps you to avoid buying wrong gear, consider subscribing to my channel. And after this, I'll be doing video on Sony's APS-C travel zooms. So I'll see you in the next one.